Okay, so this is one capacity planning selection screen. You will be entering your capacity, your work center. This is the work center we created. Planner group. Planner group is nothing but in the plant for particular work centers, one person will be assigned as a responsible person. So that person number, that group number, and you enter the plant. You enter the plant, and then you will be clicking on this. You need to click on this standard overview button. Standard overview button. So once you click on the standard overview, your system will be showing you like this. Okay. Now here it is displaying as week wise. So this is the weeks. The first column is the week. Second column is the requirement. As of now, requirements are 0 because on that work center we have not created any production order or planned order. That is why the requirements are 0. And next one is available capacity. It is showing. Available capacity it is showing. So how this available capacity is coming? So it is showing week wise. Now I will switch over to day wise. So let's go to settings, general. Now the view value display, it is showing in week wise. Okay, now I'll switch over to day wise. So click on the radio button day. So click on continue. Now the periods are shown in 8 hours per day. See, if you observe per day how much available capacity it is showing on the 12/09/2016, it is showing as 8 hours. Why 8 hours it is showing? In the work center we maintain our capacity as 8 hours. Okay, I'll go to the work center again. So go to capacities, capacity category 001. Here we maintain as 8 hours. So that is why for this work center it is coming as 8 hours. And now the question is, for some days it is coming as 0. 17th, and on 17th and 18th, if you see, that day available capacity is 0. Why that day available capacity is 0 means those are non-working days. Holidays, Saturday and Sunday, weekends. So on the weekends you are not working. That is why those are shown as 0. Okay. So that comes from your factory calendar. Here for this work center we assigned a factory calendar. In this factory calendar, those Saturday and Sundays are defined as holidays. So if you see here 17th and 18th, those are holidays. And even if you check 10th and 11th, those are also holidays, Saturday and Sunday. Today is a Saturday, Sunday, tomorrow is Sunday, holidays as per factory calendar. That's why system is showing those days available capacity as 0. You should be thorough with the concepts from where the data is getting picked up, because of which data, which effect is taking place. So this work center is assigned with the factory calendar. In this factory calendar, you will be deciding which are working days, which are non-working days. So on the non-working days, the capacity, available capacity will be shown as 0. Okay. So now, as of now, there are no requirements. That is why capacity requirements are 0. Only available capacity is showing as per the available capacity we maintained in the work center. Okay. So now, in the capacity evaluation which we are discussing, you will be determine the available capacity. We have just saw that available capacity. Now you determine the capacity requirement. Okay. Now compare the available capacity with the capacity requirement. So now I will generate some capacity requirements. I will create production orders. So when you create the production order, you will be able to generate the capacity requirements. So I will be creating a manual production order for this product 2135. So let's start. I'm creating a production order. Okay, 2135. Okay, my plant is 1000. My order type is PP01. Okay, so I am entering for 1000 pieces. 1000 pieces. Now again, to produce 1000 pieces, not required. Component allocation is not required. Not required. This component allocation doesn't have any significance during capacity planning. Okay. So now I'm trying to produce 1000 pieces. Now let's say I'm using scheduling type forward. I want to produce, let me make this 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0. Okay. Now as per the data we maintain, to produce 1000 pieces, how many hours it will take? 8 hours. So 1 day. So this production should be get completed in 1 day, correct? As per the data we maintained. So now I'll enter the production data as, let's say I want to start it on Monday 12th, on Monday 12th. So I'll enter my production start date as 12th. Because I'm using forward scheduling, I have to enter start date. Then system will calculate the end date. Okay, enter. Okay, so see, if you see here, my scheduled start date is 12th and even the end date is also 12th, and the timing is morning 8 o'clock and evening 5 o'clock. So because this, to produce this 1000 pieces, 8 hours is more than enough as per the data we maintain. That is why system is taking 12 to 12 only. Okay, so that's what it is taking. So now we created the production order. Let me create, batch is created. That's okay. Now when I save the production order, capacity requirement will get generated. So I'm saving this production order. On the date of 12th, you will be able to save capacity requirement. So now what is your how much capacity you require? You require 8 hours, right? Because to produce 1000 pieces, you require 8 hours capacity. So now that capacity requirement will get generated. So this is the order created. Let me go to order change mode. Yeah, this is the one. So now again we'll go to capacity evaluation screen. Now when I refresh on the 12th date, you will be able to see some requirement generated. So if you refresh the screen, see what happened. There is a capacity requirement of 8 hours showing over here. Now on this work center on 12th, we have a requirement of 8 hours and our available capacity is 8 hours. So the capacity load is already reached 100%. 100%. Okay. Now from here itself, you can check that on what basis this capacity requirement is generated. So if you click on the button, capacity details per period, you will be able to see the data. See, because of this production order 600038804, which we created just now, 600038804, this capacity requirement is generated. This is the pegged requirement, this is the product, this is the quantity, and your requirement is 8 hours. So you can see the details from this screen itself. Okay, and from here you can go to the order also. From here you can navigate to the production order. You can navigate to the production order. Okay, so let's go back. So this is how your capacity requirement is calculated. Okay, so here what you are doing, we are comparing our requirement with our available capacity. So now already that's loaded is 100%. Now there is no remaining available capacity. Now there is no already fully full occupancy is there. So that's why there is no remaining available capacity. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth column. Fifth column, if you see, it has become 0 now. Okay, so this is how you will be comparing the available capacity with your capacity requirements. That is what your capacity evaluation. Okay, so that's what you will be doing it. Now once there is any loads, overloads or underloads, you will be carrying out capacity leveling function. You will be carrying out capacity leveling function. So in the capacity leveling, capacity shortfalls and overloads can be leveled. So you will be making them uniform. You can use alternate suitable resources for processing, or you can use the sort criteria to plan optimal loading. So the main function of capacity leveling is to dispatch operations. So what it will do is, it will shift the operations to particular day or other day, or it will do some other activities. So what you can do is, it will basically, capacity leveling will do leveling of underloads or overloads. Okay, it will achieve optimum commitment of machines and production lines and selection of appropriate resources. So that is what you will be doing it in the capacity leveling. You level the capacity. Okay, so this is the one. So what capacity, how you will achieve capacity leveling? Capacity leveling you can achieve with various methods. Okay, one, you increase your available capacity. Now it is 8 hours is there. If you have more requirement, what you will do? You have to work for more hours, right? So you can increase your available capacity. That is one option. You go for alternate work center, or what you do? You produce the excess quantity. What you do? You produce on a different machine. So that is what the alternate work center. Or you can do date shift. What you do, if you don't have any alternate work center, what we will be doing? We will be shifting that extra quantity which is required that to another date where you have enough capacity is there. Okay, the date shifting is there. Then you have sequence planning. You have sequence planning. That means you plan it in a sequential manner. You make the adjustments. Okay, that option is there. Now the other options are not used much actually. Not used much. External processing. That means in your organization, if you don't have enough capacity, what you will do? You give it to that outside vendor. Okay, that is called external processing. Okay, that is also another option in the capacity leveling. Another is you reduce your lot. You reduce your lot or splitting. This is the last. That means you reduce your requirement. If you are not able to do any of these options, any of these options, the last option is you'll be reducing your production requirement itself. Okay, so these are the options available, but most of the time, most predominantly used is either you go for alternate work center or you shift the date. These are the two predominantly used much. These are the ones. Okay, so that is what the capacity leveling options we have it in the system. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll increase the requirement. And then we will do the capacity leveling function. So let's go. I'll create one more production order. I'm creating one more production order /NCO0. Okay, I'm creating one more production order for the same product, same 1000 pieces, same date, on the same date, 12/09/2016. Okay, which is not possible. Why it is going to automatically, it is shifting. Automatically it will scheduling to other date, right? Just one minute. Actually, this is because of scheduling margin key or what it is. Just one minute. Okay, so that's because of that scheduling margin key, it took different dates. Okay, not a problem. So now on 12th, I'm creating production order again, same production, one more production order, which is not possible actually. Already we have a production order on that particular date for 1000 pieces. Again on the same date, I'm creating one more production order for 1000 pieces, which is not possible. But still, system will allow to create a production order. Still system will allow to create a production order. So I'm saving this production order. Now again you go to your capacity evaluation. So you check the capacity evaluation. Now what happened? Now your requirement is 16 hours. On the 12th date, your requirement is 16 hours. Okay, to produce 2000 bottles, now you require 16 hours, but our maximum machine capacity is 8 hours only. That is why there is a red mark has come. That means there is an overload. There is an overload of 8 hours minus, and the capacity load is 200%. Now again you can go and check the details. See, now 2 orders it is showing. Because of these 2 orders, our total requirement is 16 hours on that particular day. Now this is the overload. Now what you have to do? You have to do capacity leveling. That means one of the order you will be shifting to a different date where the capacity is already available. Now the other days the capacity is available, so you can shift one of the order to the other days. Now if you look at our two production orders, let us go to our two production orders, change. This is my production orders. I'll note down the production orders. My first production order is this one, and the second production order is this one. So both production orders are now having the same date, same start date. If you go to the production order, let me go to display mode. What is the start date? The second production order is having 12/09/2016. Now what is the previous production order? That is also having the same date, start date and end date as 12th. So now when you do the capacity leveling, what system does is one of the order, it will shift to a different date. So it will do the leveling. So when you do the leveling function, system will shift one of the order to a different date so that your capacity will become uniform. That is what you will be doing it in the capacity leveling. So to do the capacity leveling, you have two tables kind of thing. One is tabular capacity planning table. Okay, tabular one is two tools we have. One is tabular capacity planning table. Another one is graphical capacity planning table. Okay, you have two tables where you carry out capacity leveling function. Okay, so let's start that. So basically what you do, you take the orders, you take the orders, these are your orders, production orders with operations, you dispatch them, and then system will do the leveling function. Okay, so this is how you do the leveling activity in the system. So let's start. So you will do the dispatching. You have orders, you do the dispatching, and then there is a uniform leveling will happen. Uniform capacity load will happen. That is what you will be doing the dispatching function. Okay, so let's now execute the capacity leveling function in the system. So let's go to logistics, go to production, go to capacity planning, leveling, work center view. Okay, you will go to tabular CM22. Okay, so let's this is the capacity leveling screen. So you enter your work center, you enter. See, normally what happens in the real time is every person, in the planner in the organization, he will be assigned with some work center. So every day he will come to this transaction, he will check the capacity loads, accordingly he will adjust, if at all they use this capacity planning function in the SAP. So daily he will come, he will check the loads on his work center, on his machine, and accordingly he will make the adjustment. That is what he will be doing. So enter the work center, enter the plant, and our capacity category is 001, and then you execute. Sorry, it went to graphical. Huh? Sorry, let us do the graphical. Sorry, the most of the times used is graphical. Okay, so enter the work center, enter the plant, capacity category, capacity planner group, and then you execute. CM21. So you will be getting this screen. You will be getting this screen. So are you able to see? You got the screen. There will be two screens will be there. Two boxes. One is on top. You have the work center, and the down ones all the orders. So for this material on this machine, on this work center, we have two orders, right? 600038804 and 600038805. Okay, so these are the orders for this work center. So those are getting displayed over here. Okay, now if you observe carefully, on a particular day both are showing red sign. Are you able to see? There is a red strip is there. That means there is a capacity overload over there. So if you want to see date wise, go to extras, settings, scale to daily period split. So it is now showing, by default it is showing week wise. Now if you want to see day wise, go to settings, scale, daily period split. So now it is showing daily period split. Now here see, on 12th there is a load. On 12th date, we created order on 12th date, both orders on 12th date. So that is why it is showing over on 12th. Now there is a overload. That is why they are showing in with red color. Now we need to dispatch this so that uniform capacity load will happen. So that's you will do through capacity leveling function. So basically you will dispatch these operations to the top box. Okay, so how to do that one is, you go to functions. First you select that one, you select. So go to select. First you go to select objects that belong together. You select objects that belong together. Okay, both will get selected. Now what you will do is, you do the dispatching function. There is a button called, are you able to see, dispatch? There is a button which is called dispatch. You will click on this button. So once you click on this button, system will dispatch those operations to the top tab, and then it will do the leveling function. So you just click on that button, dispatch. Now it is got dispatched. Now it got dispatched. Now see, one of the order is moved to a different date. One of the order is moved to a different date. Now you save the table. Okay, done. This is how you do the dispatching. So now if you go to the orders, one of the order will get moved to a different date. Now initially both orders were on the 12th date. Now if you go to the first order, let's go to first order again, CO03. First order is already having 12th date. There is no change. There is no change in the date. But if you go to the second order, the order date will get changed. See, the order dates got changed. It is moved to 13th. System has moved automatically to 13th when I did the dispatch function. So now, even if you go to the operations, you will be able to see a status called dispatched. The operation status will be assigned with a status called DSPT. That means dispatched. Okay, that is what dispatched. So you can say, if you select and if you go to the I button, status, see, dispatched, that means scheduled. It's actually dispatched. Okay, so this is how you do the capacity level. Now again, if you go to the capacity evaluation, now our capacity evaluation, now see, there is a uniform level will be there. Now one of the order is got shifted to 13th date, right? So now if you refresh the screen, capacity evaluation screen, now see what happened. One of the order got shifted to 13th date. On 13th date, again there is a requirement of 8 hours, and your available capacity is 8 hours, and there is a now uniform load is there. So this is how you will be doing the capacity leveling function. So basically you do the dispatching. You take the orders, and then you will dispatch them. Then the uniformity of capacity load will happen. So you will be basically doing the dispatching function. Okay, so this is what your capacity leveling. Okay, so now the last one is capacity reduction. So when these capacities will get reduced, so your capacity requirements are reduced. Your capacity requirements are reduced or deleted by order confirmation, or setting orders to one of the lock or technical completion status, or by setting the deletion indicator. That means your capacity requirements are get reduced when you complete the production. So when you complete the production, you do confirmation, right? When you complete the production, you do order confirmation, right? When you confirm the order, the capacity requirement will get reduced. Or another thing is, if you close the production orders, like you log the production order, or you take over the production order, or you put deletion flag on the production order, then your capacity requirements are getting reduced. If you're closing the production order, means you don't want to do production. So then the capacity requirement will get reduced. So that's what the capacity reduction will happen. So we will see it in the system. So let's take the other two orders which we have. Okay, now what I will do is, the order which is having on the 13th date, now I'll close this order. Let me go to order change mode, enter. I will take over this order. I'm closing this order. So functions, go to restrict processing, and either you can put lock or you can make technically completion. If you do any one of this, the capacity requirement will get reduced. So I'm taking the production order, save it. Okay, now if you go to your capacity evaluation screen, so 13th date order I closed, so now the capacity requirement will go. So now when I refresh, you see what will happen. See, 13th date requirement got reduced because that production order is got closed. Now the 12th date production order, what I'll do is I'll do confirmation, then the capacity requirement will get reduced. So let's take 13th date production order, 12th date production order, first production order. I'll confirm it. I'll go to CO11N. We discussed already what is confirmation, how to do confirmation, we discussed in detail. Okay, so I'm confirming the order. No values found. What happened? Okay, I'll confirm through CO50. Okay. Actually, order not released. Oh, okay, sorry. Order is not released. I'll release the order. The order release is carried out. Now I'm saving this. That means you are confirming the order means your production is completed. So once the production is completed, obviously the requirement on the machine will get reduced, right? So that's what, when you confirm the production order, your capacity requirement will get reduced. CO11, which order is not released, right? That's why it was not showing. Yeah. So I'm confirming the order. I'm confirming the production order. Okay, not a problem. That is because of we are confirming on the future dates now itself. That's why you are getting those warning messages. Okay, now I'm saving the confirmation. So confirmation means production completed, right? Production completed. So now your capacity requirement will get reduced. Okay, done. That particular confirmation is done. Now again, if you go to capacity planning screen, evaluation screen, now the 12th date capacity requirement also will get reduced. Okay, so now it has got reduced. Both got reduced. So that is how your capacity reduction will happen. You should know when your capacities will get reduced. Okay, so this is all about our capacity planning. Okay.